and evening, maids heard the goblin's cry.
Come buy our orchard fruits. Come buy, come buy.
Among the brookside rushes, Laura bowed her head to hear. Lizzie veiled her blushes, crouching close together in the cooling weather, with clasping arms and cautioning lips. "Oh!" cried Lizzie.
Laura, you should not peep at goblin men.
Lizzie covered up her eyes, covered close lest they should look. She heard a voice like voice of doves, cooling all together. They sounded kind and full of loves in the pleasant weather. Backwards up the mossy glen turned and trooped the goblin men, with their shrill repeated cry.
Come buy, come buy.
When they reached where Laura
Come buy, come buy.
was still their cry. Laura longed but had no money.
You have not gold upon your head.
They answered all together.
Buy from us with a golden curl.
She clipped a precious golden lock. She dropped a tear more rare than pearl, then sucked their fruit globes, fair or red, sweeter than honey, clearer than water flowed that juice. She never tasted such before, and knew not was it night or day, as she turned home alone. Golden head by golden head, they lay down in their curtained bed, like two blossoms on one stem, like two flakes of new fallen snow. Moon and stars gazed in at them. Wind sang to them lullaby, cheek to cheek and breast to breast, locked together in one nest. Laura rose with Lizzie, Lizzie with an open heart, Laura in an absent dream. At length slow evening came, the customary cry,
Come buy, come buy.
with its iterated jingle. Laura turned cold as stone to find her sister heard that cry alone, that goblin cry.
Come buy our fruit. Come buy.
Day after day, night after night, Laura kept watch in vain to swift decay and burn her fire away, till Laura dwindling seemed knocking at death's door. Then Lizzie weighed no more better and worse, but put a silver penny in her purse, kissed Laura, crossed the heaths with clumps of furze. At twilight, halted by the brook, and for the first time in her life began to listen and look. Laughed every goblin when they spied her peeping, came towards her hopping, flying, running, leaping, puffing and blowing, chuckling, clapping, crowing, clucking and gobbling, moping and mowing. "Good folk," said Lizzie, "give me much and many."
Nay, take a seat with us, honor, and eat with us.
Thank you, but one waits at home alone for me. If you will not sell me any, give me back my silver penny. I tossed you for a fee.
They began to scratch their pates. Their looks were evil, lashing their tails. They trod and hustled her, tore her gown and soiled her stocking, twitched her hair out of the roots, stamped upon her tender feet, held her hands and squeezed their fruits against her mouth to make her eat. Lizzie uttered not a word, would not open lip from lip. Worn out by her resistance, flung back her penny, kicked their fruit, vanished in the distance. In a smart ache tingle, Lizzie went her way, knew not was it night or day. She ran and ran, that urged her home quite out of breath with haste and inward laughter. She cried, Laura!
Laura, for your sake, I have braved the glen and had to do with the goblin merchantman.
Is it death or is it life? Life out of death. Days, weeks, months, years afterwards, with children of their own, Laura would call the little ones and tell them of her early prime, would tell them how her sister stood in deadly peril to do her good,